Hi everybody, welcome to Intermediate English Conversation for week 7. Yes, it is week 7 already, and we are almost finished with the semester, more than halfway finished with the semester. Good news, right? So, I hope you guys didn't have too much difficulty on the midterm test. It wasn't too hard. Most people did well. Some people a little bit complaining on the midterm test to me. Guys, I make mistakes too. I think the midterm test was usually pretty good. I tried to make everything come right from the book. Of course, there are always problems. I'm going to give you guys a little bit extra points on this test to cover any, sort of mistakes that there were. I got a lot of emails, students wanting to change a grade or something. I usually don't do that, but what I'll do is I'll change the question so that you all get the points for that question when the computer reconfigures it. Not all of you have your score yet because there is, I still have to grade the essay in that case. But in any case, I'm going to give everybody a few extra points already if I haven't, okay? So most of you did pretty good on that, so you don't have to worry too much. Okay, this week's agenda, we're going to talk about the test feedback, some questions about that. And then we're going to talk about Zoom. How did our Zoom conversations go? I think pretty good, but I hope that they're a little bit better in the future. And we're going to spend the time on some book and some grammar stuff, which I know you guys love, right? No, you don't love, but we're intermediate conversation and we have to practice it a bit. We'll talk a little bit about be going to, some vocabulary and relative clauses. And we're also going to do the reading in Unit 3 about the lovely Mr. Jamie Oliver, celebrity chef, okay? So glad to have you guys back, and I love to hear your emails, so please keep them coming. And please, if you didn't attend the Zoom class, I hope you get a chance to very, very soon. So, we value your opinion about the test. So I want you guys to give me some feedback about the midterm test. How was the test? I got some students, every semester I get some students complain a little bit about test. Sometimes I make a mistake, that's true, but sometimes students are just angry about they didn't do as well as possible. If I make a mistake, I'm always ready to fix the mistake or add some points. It's really not a big problem for me, but sometimes it's a little bit of a problem for students if they don't understand why they missed something on the test, or if they think that the test was maybe not fair or something. So I always try to give my students a little bit of a quiz here about how do they think the test was. Now, I can tell you guys, I tried to make everything from the test almost exactly what it was in the video. So I felt if you watch the video and you really understood the material, then it shouldn't be very difficult. It might be a little bit difficult, but there can be some times where maybe it was harder than I expected. I want you to be really honest. Tell me about the difficulty level of this test on a scale of 1 to 10. And about the fairness level. How much of this stuff from the test do you think was in the video lessons? Well, on the other hand, maybe it's not very fair to take a test when we never really have a class in person. I know that. But just think about the material on the test. So if you go into our class portal and go to assignments, there's a kind of poll for you guys to take. It's just 2 questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult was the test? On a scale of 1 to 10, how fair was the test? Okay. If you finish it before May 3rd, I'll give you 5 points for doing this poll. Okay. Please try to be honest. Don't just think about, Did you do good on the test? Actually, most students did pretty good on the test. Some students did so-so, many students did good, and only a few students did bad. Okay, I added a couple extra points to everybody's test. Right now, I have not checked the essay. I have not checked the essay right now. The computer cannot check your essay. Only I can check your essay. Okay? So your final score, probably by the time you're listening to this, it might not be ready yet. So some students got a D or C, but they didn't understand that we didn't finish the essay score yet. Okay? So that's a big part of it. I always tell my students, just relax. It's only a test. Okay? It's only a test. I'm teaching for a long time. I can understand what is fair and what is not fair. So please just be patient and wait, and you will get the score that you deserve. I promise this. You will get the score that you deserve. And if there's any mistakes, I will be generous with the points. Okay. And this is just test 1. Okie dokie. So take it easy. Please do my online poll. Be honest with online poll. I will use it to make the next test. Okay? Okay. So please go into the assignments before May 3rd and do this. Okay. So your next quiz, remember quizzes are for participation points usually, but this one is going to count also for the class attendance. The class attendance. So it's going to be on May 21st, the same as the previous one. It's multiple choice and fill in the blanks. Multiple choice and fill in the blanks. It's going to be on our class portal. And it's counted as 출석, as your attendance for that week. So if you do the quiz this week on May 21, May 21, then you will get attendance counted for that week. If you do not do the quiz, you will not get attendance for that week. Actually, I'm very generous about attendance in the smart attendance. As long as I see most people watch the video, I'm marking smart attendance, you're here. I have the power to mark you as here, and I think because of the virus situation, I try to be very generous about the attendance. However, I want to make sure you guys do the quiz. So on May 21st, you will only get the attendance if you do the quiz. Understand? So you must do the quiz that week. You'll have 3 days or 4 days to take it like before, maybe 3 days to take it. Okay? So if you do take the quiz, you will get the attendance for that week. If you do not do this quiz, you will not get your attendance for this week. Okay? So please do it. If you have any questions, again, send me an email. Okay, so our Zoom class, what did you think of Zoom class? Well, I liked Zoom class mostly. I had a little sports business. We had an early Zoom class, right? We woke up very, very early in the morning. So I understand it was a little bit difficult for some of you guys. Maybe you're busy or you worked or you were, with your family. So I understand. But I want to thank you anyways for coming. Okay. Thank you anyways for coming. So our next Zoom class, in this class will be May 14th for sports business. It's going to be May 14th for the sports business. You get participation points. Okay, this time I give everybody participation points. I mean, the last time you guys came, I give everybody participation points. Got it? However, this time there were so few students showing me their face and talking. Why didn't you guys show your faces? Well, some of you did, but many people did not. Why not? It's a little bit hard to do interaction when nobody's showing their face and nobody's talking. What score can I give you guys if you don't show your face and you don't talk? And I know in some classes, not our class, but in some classes, the students turn off their camera and they go do something else, right? So, I do the Zoom class, it's not a punishment. It's because I think it's good for us to talk and know each other. I think it's better than just watching the video. And I think we can learn better. Every student who complain about something they're not learning this semester, you have no excuse if you don't come to the Zoom class. Okay. Now you don't have to come to this class, but I want you to come for participation points. And in the next Zoom class, you only get points. You only get the full points if you turn on your camera and you speak. Turn on camera and speak. Okay. Some students don't have camera, but everybody has phone. And you can use phone for Zoom. And not everybody can speak English perfectly, that's true, but everybody can try to speak 3 times. Everybody can try to speak 3 times, right? All we can do is try. We don't want to be complainer. We don't want to be loser. Anybody who tries is not a loser. Okay? I'm teaching a long time. I don't think any student is a loser. Just don't complain. Give it your best shot. Remember, give it a shot. Give it your best shot. Okay, so next Zoom class, May 14th. You don't have to come, but if you do come, you get the points if you speak 3 times and turn on the camera. And I think we can have a more fun class. It's early, I know, it's hard, it's not easy. But it's not easy for me too. Doing all the videos and making the Zoom, trying to make you guys talk. It gives me stress too. Just like you get stressed, I get stressed as well. But we can only try our best. We can only try our best. And you guys you're sportsmen, sportswomen, so I know you understand about effort. Effort is the big part. Okay? Okay. So, but maybe some of you guys were a little bit worried about your appearance in the Zoom class, right? You can see this little dog. This is with the audio on. Look, his crazy hair. He didn't take a shower. He has his coffee. Now look at the Zoom class with the cool dog who's groomed himself. He can turn on the video. Actually, I don't care what you look like. It's not important for your score. I know it's a culture. People don't want to look bad, but if you're really worried, just wake up 20 minutes earlier and put on some makeup or take a shower, drink some coffee, and you can wake up. Don't worry about your appearance so much. Your points are more important. Point is more important than appearance, right? I'm sure you guys can all agree with that. And I know I don't look very good in the morning these days. I'm feeling very tired easily. So I understand your point. But we got to do it. We have to put our effort forward so we can get the most out of the class as possible. Nobody can control the virus situation now. Nobody in the world can control it. But we can control what we get out of this situation. We can control what we get and what we do from this situation. That's all, right? Okay, so I don't care you look like the left dog or the right dog. I only care I can see you and I can hear your voice. I only care if I can see you, I can hear your voice and see your smiling face, and that you're trying to speak English a little bit. A little bit. And I can say the people who did their homework, I was really satisfied with those people who did their homework. I was really satisfied with the advertisements that they chose. Even not everybody did it or was able to talk about it the same. I still thought it was pretty good. I was pretty good. And about this point, I'm never disappointed with sports business. I'm never disappointed with you guys. Okay. But if you are self-conscious, if you're worried about your looks, if you follow these directions, you can actually do a kind of Photoshop on your Zoom. Zoom has a video setting that can change your appearance and make you look more beautiful. Okay, so you have to access settings in Zoom. So go into Zoom. You can go in, click settings, and click video. Or you can join the meeting and click the arrow next to the video icon and choose video settings. You see the black writing, settings and then video, or in the meeting, click video settings. And then number 2, in the video settings dialog, click touch up my appearance. Touch up my appearance. So touch up means, yeah, clean up, make more beautiful. Okay, and check this option to display your video with touch up. So just do exactly what it says there. Click the little blue box, touch up my appearance, and every time Zoom will remember it. If you click this and you use the same computer or the same phone, then Zoom will remember it and they will always remember to touch up your appearance. So if you're like the little scruffy dirty dog who didn't take a shower in the morning, you can just touch up your appearance and Zoom is going to make you so beautiful. Everybody is going to fall in love with you on the Zoom application. So there are so many different things we can use. And you can change your background if you don't want to show your home, you don't want to show your room is messy, you don't want to show your private room, you can change the background. You guys saw I changed my background. Okay. Now I don't have time to do the Zoom tutorial here, but I want you guys to, play with Zoom. You can change the language to Korean and you can play with all the settings if you have time. It's a really cool tool. It's a very cool tool. So take your time, experiment with Zoom. We're not going to have another meeting for 2 weeks, right? So play with it, touch up your appearance, change your background. I wanted to have all the cool settings, so I paid like 만 won every month for Zoom because I think it's worth it. You guys maybe don't have them. You want to use your 만 won for other things, right? So I understand you don't want to do it. But for me, it was like a really cool thing, especially now we have the virus time. A lot of people are having like Zoom parties and Zoom drinking parties and Zoom concerts, Zoom 회식. So it's a kind of cool investment for me. But even if you have the free Zoom, you should be able to change your face and make it more beautiful. Okay? Okay. Okay, well, let's play a little game here. Let's play a little game here using something in Unit 3 called relative clauses. Relative clauses. So we're thinking here about relative clauses, and I'm going to read these details, and you try to guess the person. Guess who I'm talking about. It says, I am a person who's very famous around the world. So many people know me, not just in Korea, not just in America, but all over the world. People know who I am. Okay. Rush Hour was a famous film that I starred in. And maybe you already know it, right? If you already know this movie, Rush Hour. I don't know what the Korean name is. It might just be Rush Hour also. And Hong Kong is the place where I was born. Hong Kong is the place where I was born. Who am I? I think you know, right? If I was born in Hong Kong, of course it is Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan. You notice here, I have the word who, I have the word that, and I have the word where. So these are relative pronouns. Relative pronouns. Let's try one more, okay? Who am I? Maybe this one's too easy. I'm a woman who is princess of a frozen kingdom. Who is a princess of a frozen kingdom. Arendelle is the kingdom where I am from. Disney Pixar is the company that made me. Okay, we see a little mistake here. It should be is the kingdom where I'm from. Sometimes I miss these. Let's fix that. Okay, so who am I? Who am I? Of course, you probably already know who I am. I am beautiful Elsa. Very hot movie, right? Okay, so one more famous person. You want to try it? Okay. Who am I? One more, last one, I promise. New York is the city where I'm from, the biggest city in the United States, one of the biggest cities in the world. Rocket Man is the person who I feud with, who I fight with. Ah, you remember Rocket Man? Yeah, you know who it is. Casinos are the business that I run. Of course, President of the United States of America. Yeah. Some people love him, some people hate him. I will not say my opinion. Okay, so 3 famous people. I used what's called the relative clause to talk about them. Okay, so relative clauses are in your book in Unit 3. Let's talk a little bit about them here. So a dentist is a person who fixes our teeth. In this case, we use who to modify, join these sentences together. So who is used when we're talking about people in a relative clause sentence. Lovely elephants there. Elephants are wild animals which live in the jungle. Which is used for animals. So if it's an animal, generally we say which or that. Sorry, my PowerPoint came out a little bit strange here, but that's okay. The letters which are on the table are for Suji. So which can be used for things as well. Which can be used. We never use who for animals. And we never use who for things. So we kind of treat animals like things, even though they're not really things, right? They have personalities, but we kind of use them together as far as grammar goes. Same like Korean. Okay. So a dentist is a person that fixes teeth. We can also say that. Elephants are wild animals that live in the jungle, and the letters that are on the table are for